Hey, good morning, buddy. Pepper garden is just out of control. Um, Bell peppers, got them all in little bags to keep the bird from getting down. He got to this one, chewed a hole in it, but it's still alive. But got quite a few bell peppers growing. Happy about that. Little potato plant, and then some flowers. Some lemongrass. Lots of lemongrass. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. We got a gourd growing. Birdhouse gourd. It's so long, dude. That's just one vine. And there's about 5 or 6 plants growing in there. And the other day I seen some, oh yeah. It's got some gourds growing on it already. Looks like they were pollinated, so that's gonna be awesome. Really cool. Those are for the wife. They're all over the place. Way too many of those. I put a tomato cage on it. Seems to be helping. This is the tomato plant. I'm sorry, pumpkin plant. Ridiculous. Haven't seen any pumpkins yet. They're all male flowers at this point. Won't get any pumpkins. I've got a bee right there though. That's a good sign. So, if anything, the pumpkin plant's bringing bees to the garden. Dealing with a bunch of leaf miners. These guys, I mean, they're a pain. But it's not every leaf, so I just kind of leave them alone. And our corn, good lord, corn is tall. Got lots of lemons this year. Lemons are no joke. That's my jalapeno plant. Been, of course, wrapping all the pods for that. Here's my Reaper, the Yeti Reaper. And so far, last week I just found one pod growing. Dang it. It's a nice looking Yeti Reaper. I'm sure there's more on here. I just gotta look today and get them bagged up, but with all these blossoms, how could there not be? Well, I do have 2 plants growing in this barrel. And although that's great, I think that I could get bigger and healthier plants with just 1 per barrel. So I'm gonna do that next year. Well, is that really the only good way to look at anything in here? There's our kumquats. Got kumquats growing like crazy. Can't even get to the kumquat tree anymore. But lemons I'm excited about. Let's see. This is my, move this corn out of the way. This is my favorite, most hopeful plant of the season. The Chili Riot, Bloody Riot. I'm hoping I get some pods off it. If not, I do have one that's in a grow bag growing that I'll overwinter, and definitely will get something next year in the spring. I don't see anything yet, but that's okay because the Superhots are just getting started. And then leaning to its side is 7-pot Douglas. Don't see any on it yet either. Like I said, the jungle fruit. Let's go check on it. I got all these. Check these out. These are mandarin quats. That tree is only 3 feet tall. It's just covered with mandarin quats. And then the grapes. Don't expect to see any grapes this year, but next year. And then just a couple more lemon bushes. That's a lime bush. Here's the lime bush that I thought was a lemon, because they eventually will turn yellow right before they die. But I do got some nice looking limes. Need to. I did drop a few this year, so I need to probably fertilize it a little bit better or something. So it needs something. And the lemongrass. Oh, yeah. It smells so good. Wish you had smell-o-vision. Oh. Oh. There's the jungle fruit. Try to. Oh, jungle fruit. So last week I found one pod on it. And there we go. Got one pod. Don't see any others yet, but this thing will load up for sure. This is the Mrs. Green Beans I was talking about. They they are a sight for sore eyes. Got a lot of heat damage. And for some reason, it's still got green beans is growing. That one should have been picked a while ago. So, very resilient. Need to just go through them. Maybe some of these dead leaves. Maybe that'll help get some light down on what's left and get it growing again. Padron plant hasn't produced any peppers yet this year. Looks like that might be the first one starting right there. So that one looks like it might be growing too. So definitely there's. Yep, definitely one right there. So gonna have padrones for the fall. That's my favorite eating pepper of all time. It's being crowded by this dang hops plant that I got. I've been trying to grow hops, and it's great, but then the sun just gets too hot and kills them. And it's almost like you have two hop seasons, early and a fall and a late. But the hops, these are Mount Rainier, and I don't see any flowers growing yet, but I'm sure there's some on there. There's my poor kumquat tree. It's in here. It's just loaded up with kumquats. There's a King Star Peach Star Kiss somewhere in here. Marigolds are coming back to life. Those keep the hornworms away. Oh, yeah. There is the first King Star Peach Star Kiss pod starting for the fall. It's kind of crowded in here. Next year, I'm doing a lot less. That dang bird. So I had a peach star kiss growing. And that evil bird that screws with all my plants got to it already. This is why I have to cover every pot I can find with a wedding favor bag just to protect it. I mean, can you imagine that? He's in there. You can't see the pod at all, and he somehow gets in there and finds them and destroys them before they ever have a chance. This is that 7-pot Douglas. Thing's over 6 feet tall. I expect good things out of it this year. Especially as cool as it is. It's cooling down right now. It's about 90 for a high. Oh, praying mantis. Oh, he's a quick one. Love seeing natural crime fighters in the garden. Where is he? He's hanging upside down right there. There we go. Big one too. That's what helps keep your garden pest free. I'll leave him alone for now. Back here, also leaning way out there is this MLK 1970 Peach Reaper. Didn't get any pods yet, so I've yet to see what these will produce. But I've got 2 plants in there, and they're over 6 foot tall. I expect that they'll grow me something. Showing you half the garden, so might as well traipse through the rest. That's the purple, or no, that's the rust-colored Deathlaw. Here's the purple peach Deathlaw. And just start checking these guys daily for pods. Only so I can protect them from that bird. Oh, there it is. That's the very first super hot purple peach Deathlaw of the season. So what I'll do now is go in the house and get a wedding favor bag to protect that from that little intruder, that garden intruder, pepper destroyer. Oh, there's another one. That one's got the sun beating on it, so you can see how beautiful it is. I'm gonna help it up. There we go. Beautiful shapes, colors. I'm gonna send you some seeds from this one. Not particularly that pod, but from this plant. That's all that really matters. So if that Deathlaw is growing, then this Deathlaw, this is the clone. There's 2 of them in there. Again, I think 1 plant per whiskey barrel would be enough. But if I've got Deathlaw purple peach growing, I will definitely have some clones or the main plant growing some very soon. I don't know. This is the entryway through the garden. The garden of... That's just too many plants. Next year, not going to plant this many. I want to walk through there. I just don't want to break any branches right now, so see this one that's sticking up so tall. Let me raise it up. There. I'm holding this about 7 feet tall. That's the Deathlaw burnt embers that you can see at the top of this. From there, all the way over to there. Actually, it's there. So from there to there is all purple peach Deathlaw. Sharing that pot is a 7-pot Primo that I got from MLK 1970. I'm really hoping to see some pods off that this fall because her plants grew amazing 7-pot Primos. let's go back and check that real quick. Oh, I was pruning the lemon tree and I screwed up and cut off a couple lemons I shouldn't have. So won't do that again. Let's take a closer look. Move everything out of the way. Starting to see some flowers, just barely getting started on flowers. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet, but I'm just happy we're pest-free in the garden. I do see some eggs from, oh, what are those ones? Those ones that lays white eggs on there. Mealybugs, that's what it is. I see mealybugs from time to time, and I just, on the branches, I just wipe their eggs off, and, or their, whatever's left of their egg cocoon. And it seems to, that seems to keep the garden pest free. There's a bunch that I've got hopes for this year. This is a Eddie Poland's red naga brains, I think. To see what the label says. Yeah, Eddie Poland. Red naga brains. I'd really hope, I have 2 of these growing. I really hope that one of them gives me some pods this fall, because I haven't seen what they look like yet. After seeing that purple peach deathlaw, it makes me want to go through this rust colored deathlaw and see, but it's just starting to blossom, so I don't think I got too many, but I guess I'm probably gonna be feeding plants today. I'll have to give them some of the urban farms bloom, I think it is. Can't remember what it's actually called, but it's Urban Farms Bloom Booster, essentially, or Flower Booster. This is a 7-pot brain strain chocolate that last year from the seed pack grew a red. That was one of my best producing plants all year. And I'm looking forward to seeing if I get chocolate from this one or red, because a lot of these plants, you grow them, they were all started January 1st, and I don't get a single pod on them. So a lot of them before spring, unless I overwinter them. And in the fall is when they have a chance to cool down and grow some pods. So hopefully I'll get to see some this fall. Our growing season lasts until the beginning of December, with the last harvest around Christmas. Here's that white ghost. Thought it was white ghost. It grows white ghosts that are not very hot. I was just checking out this Deathlaw original. Oh, dude, the OG. It's such a great producing plant. It's always the first to produce and produces the longest till the heat kicks in, and like end of July, and then it shuts down, and then October 1st starts putting on pods. This plant is so big, and look how gnarly that is. It's the original Deathlaw. This plant's two years old now. I'll try and knock this pot off, trying to get some good pictures of it. But it's got a little suntan on it. There we go. Got a little suntan. So if that one's on there, I definitely need to get it protected. Although the little that little bird doesn't like dark colored pods. Oh, I lied. Here's one I just found that he had gotten to. So I guess he likes every pod. Well, I'll cover him up and protect him today. Throw them down at the bottom. But check out how big the base is on this plant. The original stuff. Never been topped. I did do a fin on it. I did do film, and that was it, you know. But for comparison, I mean, look at how big this thing is. I really can't get my hand around it. It's huge, and it's got 5 main branches growing out of it. 4 on the side and 1 up the middle. And then under here you can really get a grasp for what things look like. So I got these bird decoys. They do absolutely nothing. They don't help keep that little guy away at all. I need to put him in a different spot or raise him or something. Oh. I'm excited about this. I'll go through and find some more. Fada's ghost plant is doing pretty good. I found a bunch last week. Put some wedding favor bags to protect them. So I've already got a head start on that. But I almost feel like I should use this one as a sacrificial plant. Cover up as many as I can on the others, and then leave this one uncovered so that that bird only goes for the ghost and leaves the rest of my plants alone. These are all jalapenos. I know it's a lot of work to save jalapenos, but Craig's Grande is my absolute favorite. It's worth the effort. And again, I need to get to work covering up more of these to protect them. These ghost peppers look nice. They don't have any heat. And here's my Santo Domingo Pueblo. Seeds are from Vetter's peppers. I started covering them up last week too. Okay, so I found that one last week and covered it up. I don't know how I missed this one right behind it. You know, it obviously was there, and about twice the size. So I need to get it covered up, get some more ghost covered. Yeah, Santo Domingo Pueblos. Yeah, it's loading up. Well, if you, that's an interesting looking cayenne. Santo Domingo Pueblo. They have good flavor. To me, it's like sour crisp apple flavor. Anyways, if you have stayed with me this whole time, and for all the shaky photos, all I say is I appreciate it. I'll post this to my YouTube page so that you can see it in full. Here's the pepper garden. There's about 40 plants in here. And then this is the wife's flower garden. I just have to show you how beautiful this flower is. Roses. It's called a fragrant rose. It smells so good. Really pretty. And we've got all kinds of roses growing right now. It's rose season. We've got pink ones and red ones and orange ones. peach ones, multicolored ones, blood red, all that good stuff. Oh. Well, that doesn't look good. Wonder what causes roses to do that. It's gotta be something bad. Whatever did it, I better throw it away. I need to trim these rose bushes, make it easier to walk through here. This is our watering dish that we have for the birds. It fills up every day with these drip lines that I have in there and keeps them with fresh water. This is our wedding rose. It smells good. In memory of my wife's lovebird, this is a Judy Garland rose. That dang birdhouse gourd plant is just amazing. It's probably like 20 feet long if I stretched it out. Oh, the figs are just going nuts this year. This is about maybe the fourth year for this fig tree. I mean, try to go slow. Look at that, there's one branch. Love the dehydrated figs now. They're the base of this thing is huge. That's a big fig tree. It's got two main branches. And then you're supposed to prune it back heavy, which I didn't. I pruned it back to here and to there this year. And I didn't prune it enough because it's like 12 feet tall. And it's got some figs up there that look ripe, but I'll have to pick those later. And we have this for hummingbirds and for other birds for bedding. They can make bedding out of it for their nests, for nesting. Not bedding, but nesting material. Here's a couple figs that are probably ready. Gotta get them before the birds do, though. Birds love eating figs. But that's okay. This attracts hummingbirds. It's like seems the Cape honeysuckle. Wife's bird feeder. This is a rose bush that I planted in memory of my dad. It's just really beautiful. It's an ink spot rose, which is very, very, like probably one of the darkest red roses. And it smells good. And nectarine tree. That's a goldmine nectarine tree that we planted just probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And this year it had some gummosis, or borers. Not sure if it's boring beetles or gummosis, but it did have a bunch of problems. But I think it's just, you know, the weather has been tough and it's been splitting the bark and letting gum out. So I did paint it, as you can see. I painted it clear up to here. You know, that's helped. That's helped quite a bit with the. But probably need to add one more sprinkler or water drip line to it, and then of course fertilize it. Anyways, got to take care of the wife's cactus today, Don Juan. He's starting to grow a new lifeline because he's twisting and leaning so far with these 3 arms he's got that today this arm is definitely coming off. And if I have to, I'll try to take that one and that one off just to keep it healthy. But no matter what, this dude does have a lifeline. He's not soft though. He's hard all over, so that's good. Cactus used to be so small. These are our other prospective cactuses that we need to plant. And these ones here, I salvaged these from our job we were doing. We were planting them, and they fell over or broke off parts, and I brought them home, stuck them in dirt. They're doing just great. There's another one. This one's doing good, but until it grows something out the top of it, I'm not gonna transplant it. I'm just gonna let it hang out. Anyway, there's the update. Take care. Hope you have a great weekend. And I know this is long, but I will talk to you soon.